Hello, Charlene here. How does LinkedIn Live work? This is a question I'm asked a lot. And today I'm actually going to do a step-by-step walkthrough, complete beginner's guide. And maybe even if you aren't a beginner, you might even still learn a few tips that you can use to essentially go from not live streaming on LinkedIn Live at all to getting your first live up in a matter of literally minutes. So let's get started. Hello, I am Charlene Tessier, the founder of Strength and Numbers, and I'm helping you to attract motivated prospects to your online business, coaching business, using a combination of LinkedIn and live streaming. Today, we're talking all about LinkedIn Live because people have got questions. How much does it cost? How do I apply? How do I turn it on? How do I get it going? It's not quite as simple and streamlined as, say, going on a YouTube live if you have a YouTube channel, or even a Facebook live where you can really just hit that live button directly in Facebook. Can't quite do that in LinkedIn. There are a few steps. And I also got something for you, a little free guide. It is my 5 surefire steps to getting accepted to LinkedIn Live. So I do have a blog post that I wrote for StreamYard. It's a free guide. I am going to give you that link right up above. You can just hop right over, and that will show you at least the steps to getting in to ensure that you get in LinkedIn Live. But of course, I'm going to go over that right now as well. So yes, you kind of have to apply. It's not quite as stringent as it used to be. Before, you had to actually go through a very stringent application process, and that's what I originally went through. But now it is slightly different, but you still have to meet the 4 main requirements. The first requirement is that you need to have at least 150 followers and or connections. If you don't even have 150 followers or connections, you won't be getting this feature on. Okay, so start getting out those connections, getting followers, and build up that. That's the first thing you need. The second thing you need, which many people don't even think about, is that they have to be posting, creating original content on a regular basis. So if you're going into LinkedIn right now and you share a lot of other people's things, or you comment on other people's posts or give them reactions, that is not creating original content, your own original content. Therefore, you won't be able to get into LinkedIn Live. So you've got to start posting at least once a week. And if you aren't sure about that, then check out some of my other videos. I share with you how to actually be able to post original content once a week in a very stress-free and easy way so that you can then get that LinkedIn Live turned on. And it doesn't take very long, to be honest. You can do it in a very short amount of time. Now, I'm going to give you one little bonus tip here, and that is what I originally did, because I wasn't posting a lot of original content when I first started on LinkedIn. I was actually, like most people, doing a lot of shares and comments. And I am not really, to be honest, the greatest blog post writer or even short form post writer. I just found it kind of an unenjoyable chore. So what I did as a workaround, and you can do this too, because if you want to just get started, jump right in, get those feet wet with live streaming, then do this tip, which is get your StreamYard account for free, which I'll talk about in a minute, in just a second. But just get on your StreamYard account, stream it into Facebook Live, and YouTube. You can do both. And then I downloaded it off of YouTube and posted that video to LinkedIn. And so that was my original content. I actually saved tons of time because I started live streaming right away. I got my feet wet. I got it onto YouTube. I got it into Facebook, and I got my original content posts. And within a very short time, few weeks, I got accepted to LinkedIn Live. So you can do that too if you really don't know what to do and you don't want to figure out what kind of blog post I want to write, or just do guests. Invite a guest each week, stream it live, upload it, done and dusted, and you even get to hit on multiple platforms. So it's a wonderful way to get started. That's one of my little bonus tips for you today. Now, the second criteria is got to have original content, and I just gave you that tip. The third criteria is that you need, let me just double check. I almost forgot myself. Oh, right. Which most people do is a guide by the guidelines of LinkedIn. I mean, that's the general guidelines that you already use. Go through that, look at it yourself. I mean, if you've been blocked by LinkedIn for inappropriate statements or whatever, then you kind of know you probably broke the guidelines. So I think that is kind of, common sense that all platforms have this kind of guidelines. And the fourth thing, unfortunately, you have to be in a region that allows you to have LinkedIn Live. And there is one area of the world that it does not allow, and that is in China. So if you're watching this in China, I'm so sorry, you will not be able to get this at all. So don't even bother going through the first 3 steps. However, even though you are maybe in a place where you can't get live streaming, you can still do the hack I did, the uploaded video hack, where you live stream into another platform and take it down from YouTube. I always stream into YouTube and then upload that into LinkedIn as a recorded video. And you can put recorded videos up to 15 minutes long on LinkedIn, no longer. Make sure it's under the 15-minute mark, okay? All right, so we got the first step done. We are ready. We've got 150 followers or connections. We have been posting every single week. Yes. And we are following the guidelines and being professional, and we live in a region that we can, in fact, live stream. So now what? Let me just share my screen here. And I forgot to set this up a little bit earlier. Let's do the whole thing. There we go. I want you to see. Oh no, that's me on me. I don't want that. Let's go here. Okay, there we go. I'm going to move that over there just for a second. Perfecto. Okay, so we're on my LinkedIn page, and once you have met those minimum requirements, you're going to scroll down to an area called resources, and you'll see something here called creator mode. You'll need to click that creator mode, and you'll need to turn it on if it is not already on. You can add 5 hashtags if you like as well, but what we're really looking at is this LinkedIn Live, and you see it says available, or you'll have a button there to be able to apply or to click on that so that you can essentially get it turned on. Now, once it's turned on, you might be wondering, okay, so where's the button? Where do I go live? Do I, sorry, I clicked something wrong here. Do I do it from, a lot of people think they do it from where regular posts are created, and they're just looking all over the place. Like, where is that LinkedIn Live button? Well, I'm sorry to say, but you are not going to find it. You just aren't going to find it because there is no LinkedIn Go Live button on LinkedIn. So how do we in fact get it to be live? Well, what we need is, let's get this up. I hope this is this working? Oops, one more button. Is the yes, we need this. We need a third-party tool. There are many different third-party tools. The one I use and recommend the most is StreamYard. That is what I'm currently using for my branding and for all of these cool kind of things I'm doing. They're really just click of a button, easy, super simple. And I'm going to show you my StreamYard. I am currently on the basic plan, I'm going to be honest, but good news is StreamYard, unlike many other third-party video platforms, still has a free, truly free model, free account. So you can try it out. And yes, you won't have all the things I'm going to show you. For example, multi-stream is amazing. I really love multi-stream. And having 6 participants is already kind of good. I have an overlay on mine. That's the switch you're seeing just above me here. That's the overlay. So, and backgrounds and different things like that. And so you won't get all of that, but I believe even with a free account, you will still get to try the basic for a short amount of time and see if you like it. It is amazing, and it does so many things and saves me hours. I'm not going to lie in terms of doing live streaming. So let me get that off of here and go back to my StreamYard account so that you can see how to get it on. So what you'll need to do is, of course, sign up and get an account. Okay, that's very simple. Get a freebie to start. You don't even have to pay. Just start with something free. There we go. There you go. Then you log in and you have it's not going to have anything here. It's going to be completely empty, of course. And so what you're going to first thing is do is go to destinations, and you'll want to then add a destination, and you're going to add your LinkedIn profile, not your LinkedIn page. A LinkedIn page is the business page. So you want your personal profile hooked up. Unfortunately, you need 150 followers or connections on your own LinkedIn business page separate from your LinkedIn profile page. So even I don't have 150 people on my LinkedIn page, so I can't get LinkedIn Live for my business page. But I can get it from my LinkedIn profile, and most of you guys can too. So you're going to click that, and then of course put in your LinkedIn details, obviously. So you'll connect your LinkedIn account, ask for your password, and it will connect it up. You can do the same thing for your Facebook profile page again. And you may be able to do the other ones. I'm not a big Facebook person. I don't know, but I do stream into Facebook as well. And if you don't want to stream into Facebook, please at the very least, stream into YouTube. Why? Because it will create an amazing large library. If you only stream into LinkedIn, what will happen is that, yes, it's wonderful that your streams are live and that they're going on the feed, but those streams only live for a very short time on the LinkedIn platform, and people can't really sort through them and find them again, and you can't refer them as resources. So putting in YouTube will ensure that you have this huge, I have already over 200 videos where I can use in my emails and point to people, say, hey, you have a question, here it is, and it is a great resource. But you got to stream into YouTube, and that's why the multi-stream is so wonderful, because you can do that instantaneously without any extra effort. Now you've got that set up, we are going to do a broadcast. So you will create a broadcast. Let's see here. And I have a test one, so we're going to go into a test account. If you don't want to go live right away, you can pre-schedule them. So always remember that just because you're hitting that create a broadcast, new broadcast, you are not live instantly. Even if I click all of these, I am still not live yet. I can schedule it for later, right? So I'm just going to put in a test, put in some interesting description, and then schedule it for later. Now, just to let you know, if you do schedule into Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube, they unfortunately all have their own bizarre rules. Facebook does not let you pre-schedule, essentially announce and pre-schedule a live stream more than 7 days before it goes live. LinkedIn, I believe it lets you do up to a month, 30 days. I'm not really sure because Facebook has this limitation, so I'm kind of limited to the lowest common denominator there. And YouTube has no limitations at all, which is really great. What I often will do is, if I want to pre-schedule them, I will just schedule up LinkedIn and YouTube. And then at the start of the week, you can just add Facebook because it can't be added so far in advance. And then there's also rules about starting late. You can't start late. You can't change it once you've got it sort of started, and you can't be overly early. I don't know why, just have all these kind of rules. So you can schedule it for later. You can choose the day and time, and the thumbnail will be the little graphic that you will see come up there. And I will just give you some example here. Now, one of the things you have to also think about is, even though you have a title there, a description, and then the image, they will all display slightly differently on each of the platforms. And because of that, you have to just keep in mind, because they are streaming kind of differently, it's just going to be different looks. Therefore, you have to kind of know where the text, you want to test and see where the text will be. Sorry about that. I am still here. It's just so many clicks. I don't know what's going on to my thing here. I just want to show you an example. And I had one pre-loaded. Now, Also, you'll want to probably go back into YouTube and update if you want to really optimize it for YouTube. You'll need to do more than what is there in StreamYard, just to let you know. And I again recommend that because it is your library after all. Let's see if I've got, oh dear, where is it? I have so many things that it's hard for me to find one for you. I should have one up and coming. There we go. There is one up and coming. So there's just an example of one up and coming. You'll be able to see that, see, there's a little bit of text, there's a see more. So, and then you have it down here and you have it again, how to be a content creator on LinkedIn. And so you just have to keep in mind about how that is going to display. Upload the thumbnail image. I just create a, they tell you the dimensions. I made the 2087 720 dimensions in Canva, and then I just keep adding to that file and just keep adding my thumbnails there. Now, like I said, you can do this and just create a broadcast. Oh, I don't want to create one for today. I'm going to create one for the 22nd. Oh, actually, I won't create one because it's going to then make a notification and flag everybody. But I would actually create it, then just come in and edit and add a, that's how I would just add in Facebook later on if I needed to. And then you could then, of course, have to add in the thumbnail. So let's go into the studio, though, and just take a few looks at getting going live. So let's just say you got accepted to LinkedIn Live. You are ready to jump in and go live. Do you need all of these things, right? Do you need to have this banner up here or this overlay? Do you need to have that countdown clock that I have? Do you need to have that intro that I have? Probably not, just to be honest. You don't need all of that to get started. Let's go inside. We're almost there. So I'm not going to put myself inside of that little box, but normally at the very bottom, I have to move me out of the way, I guess. Let's see here. At the very bottom here, that's where I would click that and add me to the stream, and then I would show up in the main thing. I'll just do it real quick. This is kind of weirdly, meta. But anyways, of course, it doesn't like that because I can't be really in StreamYard and streaming at the same time. But usually I would add myself to what's called this front stage. Now I'm actually live. If I stay here in backstage, when I'm like that, that means I'm not live. And the reason that's really key and important for you guys is that when you have guests, you'll usually have them in the backstage. You won't be able to hear them. You'll be able to see them, but then you can bring them to the front stage and then you can pull them back again. And it just makes for a really easy, as you saw, this click of a button kind of experience. Now, some of the things you do see on mine are, for example, this overlay. Again, very simple to do. You can do it. Make sure you follow the dimension recommendations in Canva and make a transparent background. So you do need a paid Canva account to have a transparent background. If you don't have that, don't worry. It's okay. You don't have to have it, to be honest. If you wanted to, you could just have a simple logo in the corner and just upload that. I don't have that. And actually my little image, because of StreamYard, there is a hard-coded StreamYard icon there. I should have moved that live symbol maybe down with Canva. But hey, I'll do it later. It's not critical. It's not going to make or break this live stream. The other thing you probably saw was a countdown clock. You see that often at the beginning, and that's it there. And I don't want it anymore. And why do I have a countdown clock? Well, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even show you that. I wasn't sharing my screen because I'm looking at you guys. So the overlays are just here. And like I said, if you don't want to have an overlay, you can just have the a very simple logo. But don't get stalled because you don't have all of these bells and whistles. Just start streaming. You can add these bells and whistles as you go along. My overlays, my first few were horrendous. I'm not gonna lie, and so just get started. Don't stress about that. Now you're wondering probably about that countdown clock. Let's run it again. There it is. I have a custom one. You don't need a custom one. You can use theirs. They have one defaulted in there. Why is there even a countdown clock? You probably are wondering, like, what do I need 30 seconds to know to hit the go live? Well, the reason they have that is because it takes time for the platform when you go live. It takes time for them to notify everybody who's in your network who actually said they want to sign up. So, unfortunately, though, those who come on time sit through a really boring 30-second countdown clock. So, I use a countdown clock for myself and for my guests, but I don't hit go live till the last 8 seconds because there is also a bit of a lag there so that it almost starts when it's live. Yes, I will be talking and some people won't be through the feed yet or won't be up online. They will miss a little bit. And so I usually try to do a bit of intro blurb that is about 30 seconds. And so if they miss it, it's not the end of the world. It's okay. And why not just dive in and get started? I think making people wait 30 seconds for the thing to go is kind of boring and people will just end up leaving. So I use it also for myself to get revved up. So when I hit my countdown clock, it's like me getting ready for the show, getting my brain ready, getting ready to go live. And it is a little bit different, especially if you're very introverted. I'm very introverted. After I do a bunch of these lives, I don't want to talk to anybody or pee with anybody. And so, but this going live 30 seconds tells my brain, trains my brain like, we got to amp up that energy. We got to get ready to go. We are going live, right? And then the intro, you can make that as well. You can even make that in Canva. I would make it super, super short. Mine is 7 seconds. Don't do longer than 5 to 7 seconds. People aren't going to sit through that. And don't do it at the very, very beginning. I mean, you could, of course, but people don't care about that at the very beginning. They want to get hooked into your live stream. So tell them what the stream is going to be about, then hook into the intro. The background is kind of irrelevant. And then the last little thing that they've got is this new background music, which I guess I could play this. I haven't really used this yet. It's totally brand new. So what else is there? If there are any comments when people are live, it will show up here and you'll be able to see them. And I don't really respond to the comments, like type anything. I just will maybe click on them and show them on screen. But sometimes I might not even show them, depending if it's a question that will derail my stream. Then I will, after at the end, go back and mention to that person, thank you for your comment. I saw it live. I'm going to be answering a question in my next live stream or whatnot. And the private chat is for when you have guests. So you two can chat to each other. And of course, nobody else can see but you two. So you are about ready to go live. It is almost that ready time. And you will have that go live button in that top right corner there on your StreamYard. And you just hit that button and you are done. So that is the beginner's guide, A to Z to going live. I know this was a slightly longer live stream than usual, but if I want to take you from zero to hit go live, it is a little bit more. But to be honest, I would say the easiest is to just get started. Put it on your calendar, schedule a live stream 5 days from now and announce it. Then you got to be there. People are going to know you're going to be there. Be there, announce it, schedule it for 5 days from now, and do your very first live. If you have any questions about how to use StreamYard, I'm using it a lot, as you can see, Canva, or going live on LinkedIn, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to answer your questions. So until then, I will see you all